Welcome back. It is that time. We say hello to Mike Eppel, hanging out right over here. Mike, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right, and I am not filling up my tank today. Thank you very much.
Probably a good idea if you can hold off until tomorrow. Melanie, we're coming in this morning with the price for gas up around $1.62 almost here in the GTA, and it follows, this uptrend we've seen in the price for oil. Back on Monday, oil was at $95 per barrel on world markets, and that was the highest in well over 7.5 years. Price for gas has gone up accordingly with all of the taxes put on top, and the expectation, though, is that if you can wait until tomorrow, the price is going to come back down by 4 cents per liter, so in and around $1.58. The reason is simply because just yesterday we saw a pretty significant drop-off, actually, in oil prices. Dropped about 4.5% on, well, what was yesterday deemed easing geopolitical risks between Russia and Ukraine. This morning I'm seeing oil go back up early on here. Nevertheless, it's going to look like a bargain compared to what we're paying this morning when we look at the gas pump prices.
And it does make a difference right now. Cost of living, as we go into this next topic, every little bit counts. Yeah, the cost of living inflation report will be in from Stats Canada this morning, and it's maybe going to show a 5 handle on the inflation rate, 5% maybe, at the highest level in about 30 years, as everything's gone up in price. And when you think about it, the cost of transporting goods or filling up the gas tank is pretty much the root of a lot of things, because it filters through to the transportation of food, and food prices have gone up on their own, and costs, the cost of shelter, all of these things are into the Stats Canada inflation update. And look, this is going to lead to higher interest rates because the Bank of Canada's mandate is to keep inflation down around 2%. We're way above that. So they're going to be looking at an interest rate hike on March the 2nd. Mike, they say in the automotive industry, the future is EV, electric vehicles, and especially when you look at those gas prices, that's a great incentive. A lot of people thinking that way right now. Yeah, 71% of Canadians, according to a KPMG survey, say that for their next vehicle purchase, they will consider an electric vehicle. Almost 9 in 10 say it's actually a good idea for the Canadian economy if we're actually building these things here. Battery production, it'll be good for the environment and such. I think the biggest issue, though, Melanie, continues to be range anxiety. The fact that we need more. We've got gas stations on every other corner. We do not have that for charging points, right? And it does take a little bit more time, obviously, to charge up an electric vehicle. So convenience is going to be the key. And I think also a lack of maybe brand selection. Yes, Ford and General Motors and all of the big names in the auto sector are coming out with electric vehicles, but they're, not in high quantities yet on dealership lots. Tesla is certainly the leader. Toyota is a close second, but yeah, it's coming. But it's just not there yet, I guess. Right? When you look at the charging stations and where they are, and you talked about how far you can possibly drive, you really need to plan. You need to plan your trip. That's right. And do EVs start as a secondary vehicle that you charge overnight, use it for commuting, use it for running around town to get groceries or what have you? Okay. Well, things can change. A lot can change in the next few years, as we know. Absolutely. Finally, time left for one more story. Let's talk about just global stocks, what you're looking at. You're following what's happening with Russia, Ukraine. Indeed, that's having an effect. Yeah, it sure did yesterday. We'll see if it actually continues this morning because, again, I'm seeing here that there's some confusion about whether or not Russia actually did pull back any troops from the Ukrainian border. So stocks went way up yesterday, 400 points plus for the Dow. This morning, I'm looking at things kind of float back. So it's headline driven, and that's kind of what we're going to see here for the next little while. All right, Mike, we will talk to you again tomorrow. I was going to say Friday. Nope, it's just Thursday. See you then. Take care. Shoot, I know.